So I want to touch base on the Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis fallout. They had a mega fight planned out that was supposed to take place, and now because of Gervonta Tank Davis's legal issues, it's not happening. Basically, for those who aren't keeping up, Tank got into a domestic violence situation where there were some criminal charges being placed, if I'm not mistaken, which later were withdrawn. That being said, since then now there's a civil suit. Jake Paul's team doesn't want to have anything to do with it, and Jake Paul had some real explicit language and some choice words for Gervonta Tank Davis, saying he messed everything up. Now, talking about how he doesn't deal with people who abuse women and how Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't deserve to have his fans. I could be not putting that exactly the way he said it, but that was the gist of what I got. He was definitely letting the fans know he doesn't condone or tolerate what Tank is involved in. Now, this is still developing for Tank, so I don't want to make any accusations on Tank. What I want to say is Jake knew about this type of stuff before, so to me, part of that is selling the next fight because Tank had been involved in some legal issues in the past and some other stuff going on, so you know there's some controversy that can come with Tank, but yet he still sells. The fans still like him. It was a big money fight for both men. That being said, now Jake's moving on, trying to figure out what he's going to do. That's what I want to talk about. He got a wish list of guys he wants to fight, and I'm going to call it a wish list because for sure it is guys that would be nice to get in the ring with, and I respect the fact that Jake Paul is trying to take boxing seriously in terms of his training, the people he's positioning himself around, and he has no problem calling out names, and for sure he's been good in some sense for the sport of boxing by bringing a lot of money to the sport and a lot of fans that weren't watching boxing to the sport, so you got to respect that. But when he talks about wanting to fight people like Terrence Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, Orlando Usyk, Anthony Joshua, these type of names are no-go. Not because they're not worthy of being in the ring with Jake Paul, but Jake Paul getting in the ring with them, if they are trying to get a quick money grab, because Jake Paul is going to bring a lot of money, I could see them doing it. If it's enough money, you could get anybody in the ring. But let's be real, unless they're going to set the fight up to make it entertaining, he wants no parts of any of those names I just said. That'd be a knockout. Jake Paul just don't even need to be in the ring with him. He hasn't shown us that yet. Now, a rematch with Tommy Fury, another one of the people he's talking about, good fight, would like to see that. Alex Pereira, big-time UFC fighter. Since we're talking about boxing, that's probably a good fight too. They got in the cage, he'd want no part to Alex. In the boxing ring, might be something different. I think KSI, the YouTuber turned boxer that beat his brother in a professional fight, is a good one for Jake Paul. It's going to draw a lot of attention, going to make a lot of money, and Jake will probably get a W because he's better than his brother, make no mistake about it. So that would be a good fight. The fight I saw on his wish list that I think is the one that would make the most sense in terms of his aspirations for getting in the ring with professional boxers and drawing a crowd, making it a spectacle and a show, making a lot of money, Ryan Garcia. I saw him on his list. I think that's a good one. Ryan Garcia has a huge social media following. Ryan Garcia knows how to sell fights. He's bringing the Hispanic crowd to it. He has the charisma. Him and Jake Paul would be a great show, so to speak. And from the boxing standpoint, I don't necessarily think Jake wants any parts of Ryan either, but Ryan would make it a show a little bit and make it entertaining. and worth watching. And Jake would try to lean on him because he's got some size on Ryan, but the skill, the speed, if it's really a real fight and it's nothing being set up there, Ryan should probably stop Jake inside of 5 or 6 rounds. But those first 3 or 4 would be entertaining. So let me know what y'all think. Who would you want to see him fight next? I know Nate Diaz wants a rematch. That could be entertaining too. But I like the Ryan Garcia, Jake Paul. Let me know what y'all think. All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is, and you know who you looking for. J Heat Sports Media. And I'm coming at y'all with that fire as always. Y'all know where to find me. YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok.